How's it going, everybody? My name's Dave Whipple and welcome back to the channel. Today what I want to do is I want to explain how YouTube really works. YouTube is just a universe of suspicion and conspiracy theories. The algorithm doesn't like me. My views were high now and now they're low. And a lot of folks don't really understand, or at least have a good framework to understand what they're supposed to do on YouTube. And that's what this video is about. I'm going to give you guys a roadmap to understand how to look at YouTube so that you can take your ideas and put them into that framework and do better faster. So how does YouTube actually work? How does it actually function? YouTube wants everyone's video to get 1 million views because all they're doing is they're selling advertising space on videos. If they're hosting a video and it can get 1 million eyeballs watching that video, it's getting 1 million people watching those ads. It's just more ad revenue that YouTube is getting from the advertisers like GM and Chrysler and Tide Laundry Detergent or whatever. So YouTube really does want every video on its platform to be massive. But not every video is massive. And the main reason that YouTube is full of videos that nobody watches, it's not the algorithm, it's not Google, it's not whatever. It's the fact that people make poor decisions about the subject, about the title, and about the thumbnail. Let me explain. So I want you to think of YouTube in these terms. You're a business and you sell a product. Your product is a video. Is your product good? And by good, I mean, is it valuable? Does it give the viewer entertainment? Does it educate them? Does it inspire them? Because those are really the big umbrella of what you can offer on YouTube. Education, inspiration, and entertainment. So imagine you have a store and inside your store is your product. What does your product do for the customer, the person on the other end, who you hope will come in and buy that product? Is it useful? Is it valuable? Is it a high quality item? Now, outside your store, you have a sign, and the sign, like your thumbnail, that sign tells people what they can expect from the product that you're offering. I read a story one time back in Europe in the 1500s, 1600s. A lot of people couldn't read, so shop owners would put a sign outside of their shop that told people what that shop offered in the simplest terms. If it was a shop that sold shoes, it would be a big wooden shoe. If it was a bakery, it would be a big loaf of bread, whether it was tin or whether it was made out of a board painted like a loaf of bread. So somebody's going down the road and they see the sign and it's a loaf of bread and they're like, oh, that's where they make the bread. That's where I go to get my bread. They know they want bread. They find the bread because of the big, bold, unmistakable sign that says this is where the bread is. And they walk in and the salesperson, like your title, says, we sell fresh baked organic bread. You're like, oh, I was driving down the road. I see this sign for bread. I want bread. I come in here and you tell me that this is a place where you make fresh baked organic bread. This is exactly what I want. They buy the product, they eat it, they enjoy it, and it's a satisfying transaction. YouTube is basically exactly that transaction, regardless of what it is you're selling. So the first thing you need to do is you need to look at your product, your video, before you ever record it and ask yourself, is this product valuable to customers? Is there a customer base for this product? Does it answer questions that they have? Is it very entertaining? Does it solve problems? Is it full of information and education that they need on this subject, whatever it is? Is it inspiring? Is it motivational? What is my product supposed to do? And does it do that thing? Once you have answered those questions, you can shoot that video and you know that the product is good. Move on to the next thing. How is my signage outside my store? Can I put a sign up, a thumbnail, that lets people know exactly what this product is at a glance? Just all I got to do is see it and they make the mental connection. Oh, that's what I want. That's step 2. Step 3 is the title. They're driving down the road of the internet. They see the sign. They're like, oh, I want that. They pull over, they go into your store, and they talk to your salesman, which is the title. Because the first thing anybody does when they find a YouTube video they like, they look at the thumbnail, they read the title, and they make sure that those two things make sense together. Once they've seen the signage outside your store and they walk in and they talk to the sales staff, read the title will either confirm that they're in the right spot, or it might confuse them and they might be like, well, I'm not sure this is what I wanted. And then they move on. Now, on my main channel, I do all my own guitar work. I play all my own guitar music, so I don't have to worry about copyright or buying music or any of that stuff. This is a real scenario. I'm at home in a pair of sweatpants at 1 o'clock in the morning, eating a bowl of ice cream, scrolling the internet, looking for something that's right up my alley. And I see this video, and the thumbnail has a picture of 10 guitars and it says cheap. I'm like, I love guitars. I love saving money. I'm going to check this out. And when I read the title, it says top 10 budget guitars under $200. Sold, man. I'm going to watch that video. And so long as that video delivers on that promise, I will have made a very satisfying transaction. It's a perfect fit. So long as the product delivers what it says, that deal's done. I've made that deal. I walk away and I'm happy. I've spent my time and I've got lots of good information. I've got to be privy to things I didn't know about these particular guitars. It's all good. It's a good deal. And that same roadmap works for everything on YouTube. Start with a good product. Make sure your video has some reason to exist. Make sure the product solves a problem, entertains somebody if it's entertaining, inspires somebody if it's inspiring, is full of knowledge if it's an educational video. Make it the best it possibly can be. So when you do get that customer coming through the door, they're driving down the YouTube road, they see your sign, they're like, oh, they pull in, they talk to your sales staff. The sales staff is like, you're in the right spot. This is what it is. They buy the product. Everybody's happy. One misconception that some brand new YouTubers have is they think that because they have a channel, they should grow. That's not the case. That's not the case. They're opening up a shop in a massive city where there's millions of shops. There are millions of YouTube channels. If you start a channel and you're like, hey, this is my brand new channel, subscribe and like. Well, why? What are you selling? What's the thing that you have that I want? Why should I subscribe to your channel? Just because you're here? No. Nobody wants to sub to the next new YouTube channel. And if nobody cares who you are and they don't care that you have a YouTube channel, how do you start making a relationship with the customers? Well, you offer them a valuable product. Your product is going to build your relationship with your customers because you are bringing nothing to the table other than you're another person on the internet with a YouTube channel. It's not going to do you any good whatsoever. So you have to lead and make progress with a great product and great signage and a great sales staff. The good thing about YouTube is that all you need to compete on this marketplace is a camera, a computer, and something valuable to the other person to share. That's basically it. Not only is this a really good roadmap, product, signage, salesman, it's also a really good checklist. Let's say you're driving around the backwoods of Maine, driving a four-wheel drive truck, and you like, well, this is cool, I'll film it. You might be having a great time, but does that translate? You put a GoPro on your rear view mirror and you film bouncing around in the truck, listening to the radio somewhere in Maine. You're like, I had fun. I was a great time. That was awesome. I'm going to put this out as a video. One shot of a bouncy camera. It's a really good checklist. Is my product entertaining? No, it's not. Is it educational? Nope. Is it inspirational? No, it's not that either. Well, don't put it out. Just that simple. Let's say you're delusional and you're like, yeah, this is a very interesting video. Well, what would your sign look like for that? Would it be a shaky frame from that video of your camera bouncing around on your rear view mirror going down a back road in Maine? Why would anybody want to stop because of your thumbnail and check out your product? And let's say your title is something like Awesome Weekend Four-Wheeling in Maine. Four-wheeling, maybe people are thinking that you're talking about a quad runner. Maybe they're thinking you're talking about running back roads in a four-wheel drive. I don't know what they're thinking, but that's a small group. And then you're only talking about Maine. Most people have not been to Maine. So small group, even smaller group, and then it's still like the thumbnail is a turnoff. So if you put that video out, yeah, it's going to suck. Nobody watches it. Not even your mom watches it. And you're like, well, I can't get my channel to grow because the algorithm doesn't like me, or because, you know, they're not using this kind of content much anymore, or there's a bunch of new channels that are coming up. And why am I not growing? Those are the reasons. Bad product, bad signage, bad salesman. To wrap it up in 20 seconds, pick something in your wheelhouse that's got value to other people. Double check that it's got a customer base before you make that product. Put up a great sign in front of your store so people understand that's what you're selling, and train your sales staff, your title, to say, hey, this is what you're going to get. Like, come on in and I'll sell it to you. They get a great experience. If you have a great product, you get the view. It's all good. Well, thank you everybody for watching. My name's Dave Whipple. Leave your comments below because this channel is built off of what you need. I appreciate you stopping by, and I'll see you on the next one.